Hey you guys, today we're talking bow setup. So I've had a lot of questions about what bow I shoot, what arrows I use, what type of broadheads, specifically what weight I'm shooting, sight, and everything. So I just wanted to answer a few of those questions for you. So first and foremost, I am shooting a Mathews DXT. I've shot a lot of bows. This bow came out in like 2008. I've wanted to change a few different times just to maybe upgrade with technology, but I found nothing that is comparable across the board. This bow right here is very light. Let's see, it has a brace height of 7 inches. I shoot a 28.5-inch draw length. I'm shooting 65 pounds, and I've never had an issue with this bow whatsoever. I'm hunting deer. Pretty much that's my main target. Let's see, it's got an 85% let off. I'm approximately shooting anywhere from like 290 to 300 feet per second. Relatively slow to a lot of the newer bows, but once again, I've had no issues, and every other bow I shoot, I'm compensating something that I like, and it's just not worth it to me. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, well, first, axle to axle, you're at 33 inches, so it's still a relatively small bow, compact, pretty accurate. The only thing I have in addition to the quiver mount on this bow is the actual octane stabilizer, and this is weighted. It's only 1/3 of a pound, but this bow is so light and so accurate that it just kind of keeps it just a little bit of balance, a little bit of offset front forward, so when I shoot, the follow through the bow is nice and natural. I do love it. So this is the Mathews DXT SE4 Slim Limb. Take a look right there. I am shooting a Trophy Ridge React sight. This is the, I think, second season I'm using this. Pretty awesome. You set in your first pin, and all the other pins fall right in line. Very easy. So when I do get a new bow, this bad boy's coming with me. That's kind of the setup for the bow. I think that kind of answers that. I shoot a Carbon Express Maxima Hunter 350. So this arrow, I've shot for a long time. Actually, there used to be a Carbon Express Mathews Edition arrow, which they no longer make now. So I shoot just the original Carbon Express version of the Maxima Hunter. It is a pretty pricey arrow, but it is awesome. Comes camo 3/4 of the way. The arrow is, I guess, moderate in weight to most. You read about really heavy arrows and really light arrows, and this kind of is the great contrast between the both, because it's specifically used for hunting. It's not target practice, so when you transfer from shooting targets to the woods, your transition is very easy. So this arrow, I just kind of wanted to go down weight-wise. So I'm using a nocturnal knock. Between knock and collar, let's see, the weight is 25 grain. The arrow itself is 285 grain, and the broadhead, which I'll get to in a second, is 100 grain. There is 2-inch blazer vanes that come custom on these, not custom, I'm sorry, stock on these Carbon Express arrows, and I've never found a reason to change them. I really think this setup out of the box is pretty awesome. Like I said, I used to shoot the Mathews, I used to shoot different vanes, but this right here, consistently for the past 10 years, I've used this bow, I've used this arrow, these fletchings. I did switch to the Slick Trick, which is my next point. I'm using the Slick Trick. It's the 1 inch. I believe it's the standard, they call it. Yep, the 1 inch standard. Never had a problem with these at all. Through bone, reusing broadheads. They're just awesome. No mechanical, no technology to complain about. You know, not like expandables and things like that, but these have been the most reliable blade. I used to shoot Thunderhead 100s, even Muzzies, but I prefer this. Never had an issue with these whatsoever. So the Slick Trick 100 grain added to my arrow comes out of a total weight of 411 grams. Which is pretty solid arrow. I never really get, well, I can't say I never. 2 times my arrow has not had a complete pass through. Once was like a 37-yard shot, and it was one of the largest deer I've ever killed in my life. He's at the taxidermist right now. And like I said, traveled a long ways. It went 3/4 of the way through him. He was a large body deer. Both rib cages, and actually snapped off when he turned and broke it off with his arm. So I wasn't, you know, disappointed with that, besides losing the arrow. But that's kind of my setup for you guys. Mathews DXT Slim Limb, use a Trophy Ridge sight, Carbon Express Maxima Hunter arrow with the Slick Trick broadhead. Never have any issues. Great success. I've got a lot of deer on the wall from this setup right here, and I've just yet to find something that is, not to say comparable, because there are better comparisons, but for price, quality, you know, weight. I mean, this bow right here is like 4.5 pounds. Actually, once you add the sight, it's probably along 5, maybe 6 pounds, sight and stabilizer. It's an awesome setup. And just want to let you guys know what I shoot, what my setup is. I definitely want your thoughts. And if there is something out there you guys want me to try, or you think that is a good recommendation, please let me know. Stay tuned to the next video next week. I want to talk to you guys about tree saddles, lock-ons, and portables, the 3 main styles that I use to get in and out of the woods. So once again, this is Jojo, my friend 301. Please subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you guys next week.